I am going to ruin wrestling.
What?
I am going to ruin wrestling for every fan, for every wrestler, for everyone. At WrestleMania, I make history by winning a 17th championship. And I finally force you to forget the name of the fun machine jet flying, woo, Ric Flair. You will forever say the name John Cena.
Get ready! Who said get ready? Get ready for the worst raw review on the internet. The worst raw review on the internet. STRAWS Raw with Eric B and Randy C. Chickens or bananas and fresh roast beef. This is STRAWS Raw.
Hello, friends, listeners, and newcomers. It's me, Eric B. They call me the Raw Dog. And you're listening to the STRAWS Raw Review here on the Huge Pop Hub. Thank you for joining us. And I do mean us because I am joined, as I was always joined, by my little schnauzer from another Mauser. My puppy in crime, the only PIC of the network. It is Randy C. Randy, say hi to everybody.
When attacking a posse of clowns, always go for the juggler. Hey, Eric B. Hey, everybody. It's me, Randy C. And as usual, we are powered by something. InteriorPlants.ca, the natural solution to a healthier and more beautiful environment, business or home. That's InteriorPlants.ca. Tell the Doctor of Plantonomics that STRAWS Raw sent you out. That's InteriorPlants.ca. The Canadian Brew House, Mississauga location now open. Please sponsor that here.
The Canadian Brewhouse All-Stars have come to play. Here's a food and drink lineup so full of excitement, it's terrifically tantalizing. Wings on the left side, pizza on the right, burgers and fries fighting hard in the corners for scrumptious supremacy. Oh, looks like we have a penalty upcoming for double dipping. Wait, no, he fakes. Oh, what a move. Sensational from start to finish. So buckle in and belly up, because we got one heck of an all-star experience at the Canadian Brewhouse.
As well as Huge Pop Radio. Go to hugepopradio.com or iHeart or anywhere you download podcasts or music. Every Wednesday night, join Donnie and Jimmy on TSN 690 at 11 p.m. where they talk all news, rumors, what's going on, have a roundtable, have an interview or two. Surprise guests this week. I'm not going to spoil it, but listen to them this Wednesday. It might be a microphone, or the guy named Mr. No, I'm not going to go there. We'll just let them do that. So that's Huge Pop Radio. We're also powered by the Smack Daddies, the East Coast podcasting champions of the world. Brad the Dad and Father Greg Feltham every Friday night or Saturday morning, or depending on where exactly or who's going to be exactly in it. I cannot read that right now, Eric. I apologize. I have my contacts in. But they give you their week's WWE SmackDown review every Friday or Saturday. Sean Burkhead has been going. And go to SmackDaddies.com. Or .ca, sorry, I apologize. And you can see all their episodes there. We're also powered by the TDS Wrestling Show. Join Sam, Tezzy, and Darren each week as they give the insight of the WWE product every Wednesday and Sunday live on YouTube. That's the TDS Wrestling Show. Our friends across the pond. Play sponsored ad here.
This is Sam from the TDS Wrestling Show. Check us out live on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube every Wednesday and every Sunday. Wednesdays we will be reviewing WWE Monday Night Raw and the previous week in WWE. And on Sundays we will be reviewing current WWE PLEs as well as going back in time and reviewing classic WWE pay-per-views. Follow, like, subscribe and share the love of the TDS Wrestling Show.
Thank you, Tezzy. Thank you, Sam. And last but not least, he has nothing in front of me. The Handshaking Team with my buddy here, Eric Blondon. Go to facebook.com/The Handshaking Team, where Eric has weekly, daily almost now, raffles for different products. He's showing me a Big Boss Man, I think, right now. No, it's a Bam Bam Bigelow and a Big Boss Man combo. When did that come in? That's really, really nice. I didn't know about this, or I would have put... Oh, my goodness. So that's facebook.com/The Handshaking Team. Again, daily raffles. You can win this. Look at this beautiful Bam Bam Bigelow and Big Boss Man. I didn't know he had this. Now I'm upset. As well as, last but not least, Chiquita Bananas. Why, Minoru?
Monkeys never claps.
Never cramp. And the baseball season is starting off this week. I am excited. But I am excited for other things too this week. I'm excited for seeing all these masked wrestlers. Eric B., how you doing?
I am doing Grande, you could say, Randy. I am doing fantacular. I am rantastic, my friend, because we are moving towards some of the greatest storylines we've ever seen. One of the greatest storylines we've ever seen in pro wrestling. And Randy mentions, masked wrestlers. So I think that leads us to talk about, Randy, some of our favorite masked wrestlers of all time. And maybe not the obvious ones. Maybe not the ones that jump off of the page. Maybe not the ones that 619 their ways into our hearts. Who are some of your favorite ones, buddy?
Well, I can tell you right now, and I guess he's been reborn as of late. I don't know. I see the video all over the place on the socials. It's a gentleman by the name, and probably even all the masked superstars would say is probably the best, La Parka. La Parka, I saw a video this week getting reincarnated from a coffin. I don't know if you've seen that. But no. La Parka matches, they've been around forever. And I remember WCW. I guess that's when I was first introduced to him. But I've always loved masked wrestlers. I like the mystique. I'm not a Lucha Libre full type of guy, but I did enjoy the Lucha Libre cruiserweight style of wrestling. Or that was actually, you know what? That's probably the Parker was probably even the first time I've seen with the chairs. My second favorite, the Canadian legend. He is the Maple Leaf Maniac. El Champiano, Justin Enzano. Yeah, he was pretty good. Look him up. He wrestled Rock and Roll Buck Zumoff one time too. No, I'm just joking. Wow. But yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. What about yourself, Eric B?
Wow, that is a throwback. Randy is going to post the YouTube link to that match in the comments, right, buddy?
It's on like probably beta. I'm going to have to pull it off. That I've actually tried to find it. There is one match out there. Maybe I'll try posting it this week. But what about you? Man. What about you? What are your favorite masked wrestlers?
Am I supposed to be serious about this or anti-serious? Because I want to give you answers. All right, well, let's talk about somebody who should have gone launched into the stratosphere when he was joining the WWE, somebody who got the push but didn't get the rocket ship to take off. And you know who that is, Randy? It's a man from the future, and his name was Max Muth.
Are they making a figure of him or like a gloob?
I think that they've made like a Hasbro style figure or Zombie Sailor Toys, or somebody is making one of those. Like one of those other lines is making it, but WWE needs to make that figure immediately for years and years and years now. It's, you know what? Maybe it's the fault of Conan, who decided that he was not going to be absolutely ridiculous in that costume, because that gimmick could have been better. Could have
He
been
was
better.
blasting his way into the WWE and blasting his way throughout the universe for the WWE title.
Exactly, and he used his flame gum to burn down the ice around my heart and found his way into a home with me forever here. Max Moon, man, it's just listen, Randy, that is the biggest what if in WWE history. We talk about like Ted DiBiase holding the WWF title. What if Max Moon was the European champion?
I can't believe we're talking about Max Moon when we have like the Conquistadors out there. We have the Blue Blazer. That was the one I thought you were going to say. Probably WWE's greatest mass superstar other than Rey Mysterio, the Blue Blazer. We can't forget.
Yeah, I know. I just listen. I have my reasons for not bringing that up. It still hurts, damn it. Still hurts down inside.
But yeah,
Max Moon. No, dude, come on, Max Moon. Let's go back to Lucha Underground. Let's do a quick little shout out here for Mr. Son of Havoc. How about Son of freaking Havoc, man? When that guy threw on the mask, what?
I seriously got his mask. I'll send a picture of it and signed. Jeremy's favorite wrestler was a gentleman. I don't know who the Son of Havoc was, but it was a gentleman named Matt Cross. And Jeremy was a big fan of it. Yes, he is a great mass superstar. Former WWE alumni, too, because he was in Tough Enough the first season, right?
No, and again, one of those guys that looks absolutely great on TV, absolutely great in the ring, especially with another luchador style guy. But then you meet him in real life, and I think Jeremy at this point is probably about twice his size, twice his height. Which means that if Jeremy and him ever got down to the bowling alley, I don't know what's going to happen, Randy. I think that something's going to happen, though. Jeremy's going to end up doing his trademark signature pose, and what's that?
Rockin' Bull.
Oh, baby.
There you go.
But got Jeremy saying a new thing. It's Rockin' Bull. Oh, and I ordered Randy a honey ham sandwich last week with roast beef. That's another thing as well, guys.
That was fantastic. Thank you. Like two. You never ordered me just one. You ordered me two.
That's not an escort. It's not an escort reference either, folks. That is literally what happened. Sandwiches.
Yeah, 100% sandwiches. Speaking about sandwiches, tag team wrestling is missing in WWE right now. I'm really upset.
Ooh, you mean like the ham and cheese of wrestling, so to speak? Yeah. The best tag team on a piece of bread.
We had a glimpse of it for a second with DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. New Day gets teased once in a while here, but
American made.
But there's no tag team wrestling like War Machine, War Raiders. We haven't seen them on TV realistically as well. Not in my eyes, anyways. But tag team wrestling.
I forgot who they were. I mean, no, yeah. Not that far. But I was watching the show, and once we got to the vignette of them, I was like, "Where the hell have these guys been? Oh, wait a minute, those are the titles. Oh, there's titles in this division. Wait a minute, this division exists." There were so many questions that came to my head at that point. I just started questioning reality.
Remember the good old days with Demolition, the Killer Bees, the Hart Foundation, the Rougeau brothers, everything else like that. Now we're missing. Now, well, we know what? We did have tag team wrestling tonight.
Power and glory.
Right? Power and glory. Yep. And you will see Power and Glory in Gatineau, Quebec. I'll get the date. With Jimmy Caderas will be there with Power and Glory. For an event in Gatineau, Quebec coming up. I think it's April 9th or something. I'll have to get the dates and everything else like that.
Is that the Legends Con?
Yep. The Legends Con. Man. Yeah, the Legends Con. Jimmy is part of it. I talked to him this weekend. A lot of good people there.
Tons of great people there. Tons of great people there. A lot of the friends and listeners of the show from the area there are definitely going to be attending. We've already been talking about that in detail because, guys, you know I'm a collector. You know that. And you know I'm all about that fun stuff like autographs and all those things. Like Comic-Con will be coming up in Toronto as well, which I think I will be at, but we'll see about that. Randy, speaking about things that we should see about, what about more tag team discussion?
Yeah, we got more tag team discussion. Why not? Or think of any. Do you know any mass wrestlers from Glasgow? No?
No.
None? Can't think of one?
No.
Not any?
None.
Okay. Well, I guess let's just get into the stupid episode. I'll give it to you.
Okay. Sounds good. Is it a stupid episode though?
No.
I don't
I
think
just
it's
wanted
that
you to
stupid.
do your intro. I couldn't figure out something to go in and cut you off on where it was. So go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Yeah, I think it's because I already jumped ahead. I think I jumped the gun a little bit there on that one, Randy.
It's okay.
Because guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk about some wrestling. And where the hell are we this time?
We're in Glasgow.
Yeah,
Scotland.
where's Glasgow?
The OVO in Scotland at the OVO Hydro. Is that what it is? The OVO Hydro Glasgow? Raw?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm good.
yes.
Oh man, amazing.
Guess who's back? It's Mr. Pat McAfee, and not only is he back, but he is donning a fine rented kilt. A fine rented kilt, and for the love of God, when he stands up and greets the crowd later on, I'm like, please, let's not have any wardrobe malfunctions live on Netflix, because live on Netflix is actually a very fun thing. Netflix is doing their best to actually keep up with the whole live crowd thing and live shows thing, and making sure that the words that they want said are said, and the words they don't want heard are not heard. So we're still on a little bit of a learning curve for that one. But you know who's not on a learning curve, Randy? You know who is a goddamn champion and a king at everything that he does?
Yes, I do.
It's Mr. John Flippin' Cena.
Oh.
What were you gonna say?
I have no clue.
You sound disappointed.
I am. I'm just very confused right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Let's go. Yeah, John
we're good.
Cena.
We're
I'm not
keep
with
going.
John Cena. Not with John Cena though. He looked really good tonight.
John Cena is coming out to the ring, and as soon as he steps out of the curtain there, he looks to the left at a child that is holding a Cody Rhodes sign that has a Sharpie. And I think for a split second, John Cena definitely wanted to rip that sign, but did not rip it once he saw the Sharpie that was there for the autograph. He's not a bad guy yet, Randy. He's still a good guy. He's still a good guy. What do you think about that?
Not at all.
Okay.
He wants to ruin everything for me, but
He wants to ruin
He wants to
everything
just
for
ruin
us.
For us, yes.
For all of us.
Sorry, I was being selfish.
Oh, you are selfish sometimes, but that's okay. We still love you. We still love you, Randy. You're the man, and you are very unselfish in a serious note. In an
Thank you.
absolute serious note.
But John Cena, tell us more.
John Cena talking about selfish, talking about being hilarious, as well as he brings up the clueless kid that he slaughtered last week, which became like one of the greatest memes that WWE has put out in a long time. Besides, of course, John Cena's face as he was about to turn heel. So John Cena has given us two very great viral moments so far since he has turned heel. And it's incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. He's putting everybody on blast, though, here, folks. Everybody on blast to the point where the crowd wants him to shut the F up, and Netflix is going to do their absolute best to censor it and fail miserably for 9 out of 10 shut the F ups
Yep.
in a row.
100%.
This is like the best thing you can ever hear. It is absolutely great. John Cena is just listing off all the things that he's done all of the years, and he's doing it in a rhythmic tone, and he even calls out the people for doing the what chant. He's on point and on fire this entire time. One of the worst things that he ever did to the company, or one of the worst backlash he ever received, was introducing the spinner title, which I can tell you now, folks, is beloved by many. People love that title now. But yes, it was absolutely blasted at the time that it came out, called a toy, which leads John Cena to say that not only is he going to beat Cody, but when he beats Cody, he is going to introduce a new toy, and he is going to leave with the real belt, and he's going to be the last real champion, last desperado, so to speak. Randy, how do you like the angle?
It was amazing, telling us he was going to ruin everything. We're going to forget Ric Flair's name. The jet flying, it was incredible. Was this promo as good at the beginning as last week? No, but it was close. He comes out, even like what he wore. I'm watching the color coding right? So he wore red last week. This was more of like a blackish blue, like darker, deeper, meaner, healer, I guess you can say. But I enjoyed it. He's saying exactly what he's done, what he's going to do, and what he's going to do to the people. And that was great. And then the music hits. It's the American Nightmare. Tell us more.
The music definitely hits. I sing along for the first couple of chords of Cody Rhodes' song every single time. Not the lyrics, folks, just the whole riff opening up. It's just something that I do. I wonder if you all do that. Put it in the comments if anybody else does that, or it's just me being an absolute maniac. But here's Cody Rhodes, and he's angry. But you know what? He's seeing what he wanted to see. He's seeing that John Cena, and he thinks that maybe this is the most dangerous John Cena that he's ever seen. You know what, folks? He could be right. He's got those knuckles, and he's going to shuffle them. Cody Rhodes eventually lays down the title and says, I'll give you a chance to take this from me right now. Rips his shirt open a little bit while doing so. Just a few buttons, folks. Just a few buttons. And out comes this massive hairy chest that he's been working on for weeks. No, I'm just joking. That didn't happen. But the vision of Cody Rhodes standing in front of John Cena as John Cena thinks about grabbing that title, quickly dusts off his 5 knuckles and steps out of the ring. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Cody saying too, yes, the champ was there, but doesn't understand. John Cena does not understand. Cody Rhodes is the champ, and he is right here. So yes. Can John Cena win this belt at WrestleMania? As of right now, guess what? Ric Flair's name is part of this legacy. He's going to have to win this belt before the end of the year, before he retires, and Cody is the one to stop him. It was better for Cody this week than last week, but John was definitely better last week than this week. So,
yep. And what we found out afterwards is that the match between Jey Uso and Austin Theory was cut short because the promo with John Cena and Cody Rhodes from the week before went on for so long. So we're probably only given a limited amount of time to do it this time, in comparison to an entire episode's worth of normal modern television show in one promo. So yeah, they had a little bit less time to build up the story, but the story continues to progress, and Cody definitely got the proverbial win here in this week's episode.
Can I say one thing about this promo, or one thing I noticed? I know I messaged you during it. Cody comes out every week that he's coming out now. His colors of his suits are getting darker as well. I don't know if you're noticing that. He looks more corporate. What if Cody is the one that's going to go super heel after WrestleMania? Or even be the mastermind with The Rock? John Cena is just like a third player in this. I don't know. But I see a turn just by attire in Cody. I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm just noticing colors. I like colors.
Yeah, I mean, we might very well just keep on pushing Cody into that role of babyface all the way into the match itself, and then come match time, might maybe see an X8 kind of situation go down.
X8.
X8. X8, WrestleMania X8. You can call it 18 if you want to, brother, but I'm going to call it X8.
All right.
X8. But yeah, we might see that same type of situation go down where Cody is kind of forced to take that heel role. And maybe that will be good for him at this point in his career.
Maybe,
maybe not. I guess we're going to see. But you know what else we're going to see, folks? We're going to see Braun Breaker take on Penta already for the IC title. A little quick. We were talking about it before the show started, and we were like, we thought this was happening in Mania. But who knows? Spoiler alert, folks. Maybe we're still going to get there somehow. Should we find out if we are, Randy, or what?
100% right after we did the episode, they made the announcement for Raw this week. Penta versus Braun Breakers. So again, quote us if we're right. Don't quote us if we're wrong.
Absolutely. We are going to just look back quickly at what's going on with the Judgment Day and Braun Breaker and Penta, which seems to be a storyline that is building up. But you know what also is a storyline that's building up? That what I was excited for. Before we had the announcement, before everything came down, we were setting announced matches. Jey Uso and a mystery partner versus A-Town Down Under. So Jey Uso comes out in his rousing Jey Uso fashion. Um, and I'm thinking to myself that maybe we're going to get some type of like point to the stage. We're going to get some type of like shot in the background, like behind somebody, but not showing their face. Nope. Here comes Jimmy Uso just running as fast as possible and just kind of slides behind the shoulder of Jay. Pat McAfee lets out an audible laugh, and I can guarantee you that this is just based on the hilarious timing of Jimmy Uso joining. I was like, this is the most anticlimactic introduction ever. I get it. They wanted him to be there for the whole yeet down, which there was a serious yeet down. I think 4 different rounds of yeeting before this match started. More yeeting than more match, in my opinion. More yeeting than match for sure. But Randy, I don't know, man. Just the anticlimactic introduction here of Jimmy, as great as it was to finally get the Usos together back in the ring again, which people were hyped about on the line, as I like to call it. It was kind of weird how they introduced him, just tossed him to the wolves.
100%. Like you said, the crowd was hot. Let's go again with the crowds. These crowds in this European tour have been absolutely amazing. But yeah, Jimmy coming out looking like a Laker reject cheerleader behind, like, no offense. I was so happy to see the Usos back
Sparkle
together.
Pants. Mr. Sparkle Pants.
No clue. They didn't even have matching gears. They could have done the old, like, I don't know. But yes, the Usos back together. And they state the last time the Usos were together, who are the people that they defeated? Do you remember?
The champs? Was it A-Town Down Under? I can't remember.
No. Before that, Jay pinned Roman Reigns. It was Roman Reigns and Solo. That was the last time that Jimmy and Jay were together.
Dude, so honestly, so weird how they brought him out. It was just so weird how they brought him out. It could have been so much more climactic, and it was just like, here you go. Nothing else is going on. There is also a point in the show where Michael Cole maybe lets out a little slip that maybe this wasn't the plan. I don't know, because he kind of goes like, this all somehow came to pass like today. So who knows? Maybe we'll see something that comes out here in the dirt sheets after the fact. But he could have even thrown in their old theme music pretty easily. Pretty easily. I'm sure you have that on file still.
100%.
Anyways, back to the match itself. A lot of people completely forget that A-Town Down Under were champions because Randy pointed out, the championship division for the tag teams is just kind of all over the place. Sometimes it's getting some attention, sometimes it's not. Sometimes we're building upon what we have. Sometimes we're just throwing 2 people together, especially in the women's division, which we're going to see as a theme later on in the night. Match itself here between these 2 teams is good enough. It's more just a fun fest, and it is there for the fans who are enjoying the hell out of the Usos being back together again. Who knew he would miss it so much? Even with the sparkly pants and the sparkly jersey, which I said to myself quickly, like, honestly, I don't watch too much SmackDown all the time because we focus so much on Raw. I'm like, does he wear this all the time? Is this his choice of gear?
I think it is new.
Sparkle jersey.
Yeah. Lakers.
Yeah.
But yes, former, again, they just wrestled, the last time they were together, they wrestled Solo and Roman. Now they're wrestling, don't get me wrong, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, former tag team champions, but it seems like it's like a downgrade. It's like wrestling American Made or something. But in turn, and not even looking together, but in turn, this was a long match for what it was. You think it was? And the Usos being one of the greatest tag teams that have ever been out there. Been out there. And just not looking right. So it was a little distracting on this match. But other than that, it was a good match.
Yeah, the match itself dragged out for about 10 minutes. The intro dragged out for probably 7 minutes, 8 minutes. I haven't timed that. And then after the match, which of course Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso win on the 1D. After that, here comes Gunther running to the ring, taking out Jimmy, and then going after Jey Uso. And it's so funny. You mentioned these little things that you notice about Cody each week. I'm noticing little things more and more about Gunther every week. All right. So Gunther every week is getting a little bit more and more disheveled, a little bit less fancy than he's usually looking. No suit jacket when he runs to the ring this week. His hair is undone, just completely disheveled, kind of in his face. And you know what else is a big one? His ankles are not exposed. I think he's wearing socks under those boots, Randy.
You spread lies. You spread lies. That is untruthful. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up. But good eyes there, Eric B. Good eyes.
But yeah, he kind of gets a little bit in there for a little while, and then Jay is finally there to try to, take advantage of Gunther's mishaps. He hits him with a super kick, goes to load up his spear, but slips a little bit in the corner, allows Gunther to take advantage. Jimmy chases him out with a chair. We're on our way to WrestleMania, folks. But Jimmy's going to want some revenge. And you know what? He's going to get it next week on Raw versus Gunther. At least that's a decent opponent. That's a little bit better than like an Akira Tozawa.
100%, I agree.
Alrighty. Anyways, like we said, it was like
about Tozawa. No, I'm going.
Dude, it could have been such a great reunion, a fun reunion, and it was. Don't get me wrong. It just there wasn't enough to it, enough meat on the bone, and then the match was a little bit too long. Run that match in like 5 minutes with the Usos looking dominant, and then you're a little bit better. That's for sure.
100%.
Judgment Day is getting ready for their matches tonight. That includes Raquel getting her IC title for the women's IC title match here against Lyra Valkyria, who is very close to home, but not at home. And we're going to know it when she comes out later on in her match, folks. We are going to know it. But now I think that we need to take some time here because every now and then, WWE does something which is absolutely great and absolutely hilarious and just good at the whole time, just at the exact same time. And that is the legend of El Grande Americano. Randy, as a masked legend, a luchador yourself, how much did you look up to this man when you were training?
I watched his beta videos. I went down to the streets of Mexico when he used to wrestle in intersections between red lights. The guy was a legend on the streets, a legend in the arenas, a legend at the taco bars, legends. I don't know what you call them. I forget what you call them. The pool parties. Just like you were a legend once at that bar too, like Mr. Mexico or whatever. But in turn, yes, you always heard his name. He was like a ghost. It was a whisper. It was a legend. You always seen him, and then he was gone, never knowing who he was. It's like Clark Kent. As soon as he put on the mask, Clark Kent put on the glasses. You did not know he was Superman. But yes, many stories. And I tried to find him.
We still don't know who he is.
No.
Excellent introduction vignette. I don't know when we're going to get to see him wrestle. It could be any time. It could be tonight. But I guess we'll find out. Anyways, LWO is ready for their match tonight, and that's Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable. But unfortunately, folks, Chad Gable got sick by somebody on his way to the arena. He's got a little bit of a cough. He's got a doctor's note. He's not going to be able to wrestle. But you know who's going to step in for him? Believe it or not.
Who?
Chad Gable. It's not going to be him. It's going to be Jason Jordan.
Yo, unbelievable. Broken neck. He had a broken neck before, didn't he?
It doesn't matter. He is stepping in for his best friend, his buddy old pal. No, it's going to be El Grande Americano, the masked man that nobody knows who it is. It could be anybody. It could be Randy.
No, it's on me.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they all say. That's what they all like to say. All right, but that's going to be the match later on, so that's
fantastic. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I think so. Anyways, you know what else happened tonight?
What?
It's the women's Intercontinental title match, and Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan are waiting in the ring for about 10 minutes as all of this is happening in the background. lucky fans of Glasgow, Scotland are not opposed to that whatsoever. They are hooting and hollering that entire time, man. Anytime they keep on going back to the ring, you just hear them hooting, hollering, whistling, doing their thing. And Liv, living it up, loving it up. Liv, we love you. You're the best.
100%.
I'm done simping.
No, she is. We should actually talk about it a little more. Rob Arbic, like Liv Morgan's the best. You seen last week and see this week.
The best. A definite reason for her to be a champion, always. One of the hardest workers of the company, too. Anyways, I'm being serious with our comments. That is a serious comment. But Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria is the match. And as she is coming out, Lyra Valkyria comes out like hoping that she is going to get a hometown welcome. I have no idea why. She is in the wrong place. Irish and Scottish, maybe not the same thing, but Lyra Valkyria thinks it is, and she is hoping for the crowd to woo along with her music. And they do a couple of times, and then after that, there's no more wooing. And it's weird to see a crowd go from being so amped up to being just so quiet. Absolutely quiet.
They did get quiet.
You could hear a pin drop in this entire match, folks, and for good reason. When I look at the women's Intercontinental title in comparison to the women's US title, just the difference between Lyra and Chelsea are just astronomically different, as they should be. But Lyra's seems like it is so meaningless, where Chelsea's is meaningful. She's adding a theme to it. She's making it interesting. She's making it fun. And Lyra is just kind of there. They're like, hey, she's good. She could have won Queen of the Ring. Let's give her this belt.
100%.
But anyways, yeah.
Then we get this match.
Yeah, we get this match, which includes a Hurricanrana on the outside of the ring, where Lyra Valkyria just completely drops off of the shoulders of Raquel, like head first onto the ground. Camera doesn't really catch it. Raquel goes into the announcer's table. So that happened. Honestly, though, this match is saved by probably the spot of the night and the biggest effing boot you'll ever see and hear in your entire life, when Lyra Valkyria is caught directly in the chest, on the heart, I could even say, by the size 25 boot of Raquel Rodriguez. Oh my God, Randy. The joys of Netflix, I took my controller and I rewinded 5 times to hear that sound and watch it. Yeah, and most of it was for the Pat McAfee reaction.
100%. Definitely miss him on it. And yes, you're right. Her heart stopped for the second. You did hear the boot hit, and then literally the silence of the heart stopping in the whole crowd and in Lyra Valkyria's chest, because there was a boot put through it.
Oh my God. It put through her chest like Omni-Man punches through the body of the immortal. Get out there and watch Invincible on Amazon Prime, folks. Netflix is going to not be happy about that.
There you go.
But yeah, anyways, that boot was something else. That boot was phenomenal. Eventually, a suplex is reversed into a DDT, which also looks very sloppy. Valkyria gets a roll-up pin and the win, blah, blah, blah. She's still champion.
It was weird. I was looking forward to this match a lot, actually. When they did announce it, I thought Raquel would just do squash, squash, squash. Like, just beat up, be the monster that she is, that she's supposed to be. I don't like her getting pinned here. Honestly, I think that there should have been like interference, disqualification, whatever it may be. It would have looked better for Raquel, because they were hyping up as 2 belts. But yeah, weird match. Wasn't that great. Not as pumped as I thought I was going to be, and neither was the crowd. This was definitely the lowest I've seen it on the UK tour.
And you do the beatdown after the match anyways, so why not do the beatdown to end the match, and then Raquel still looks clean, and you can still do what you're doing afterwards here with Bailey running to the ring for the save here on Lyra Valkyria, because apparently Bailey is Lyra's role model. They definitely brought Bailey out just so the crowd could do the whole "Hey Bailey" song. That is why they did it. That is why they revitalized the crowd. Who knows if this was even the angle? Maybe they were watching and they were like, wow, we just went from like 1,000,000 decibels to about 5. Send Bailey immediately.
I don't know about that too, because of them being tag champs. Maybe now Lyra and Bailey are going to go for the tag belts. There is no tag teams out there. But I get what you're saying. I get.
I am playing with that. But you can see that the crowd instantly came back to life. So it's not like they were tired or anything. It's just that the match didn't really give them anything. Again, no meat on the bone here. It's just, let's throw this together. And I think Raquel would hold that belt a lot better than Lyra is holding it right now. I think Raquel can make it mean something. And I think her having 2 belts would be sweet. And I think you could eventually even tease Liv getting the belt back herself, and both of them having all of the belts. What are you doing with that women's division right now anyways? Who knows? That would be cool.
Right. Speaking about cool,
yeah.
Speaking
about cool, I guess you can say, but whatever. Pat McAfee has his kilt, and that's cool. Definitely cool for some parts of his body if he's doing it the traditional way, which he states that he is. But something tells me when he steps onto that chair in front of the camera that he isn't. And I'm hoping that he's not. I'm hoping that he's not.
There's a lot of kids around the guardrail. Yeah, you're right.
There's kids everywhere. And it was also very early in the day, so kids are watching at home. And Netflix has proven that they are very bad at catching things live. It's
wardrobe malfunction a week, 100%.
Oh, guaranteed. And it's happening the right way, folks. This week, if it happened this way, it wouldn't have happened the right way. This does not get people to watch your show. No. But anyways, Pat McAfee does. Pat McAfee does. We like ourselves some Pat McAfee. The story of him going and finding the kill was hilarious. He's a funny guy. Anyways, we get a quick video package here on what Rhea versus Bianca versus Io Sky might look like, even though there might be a little bit of a screw up with that contract still. Anyways, all right. Get another quick video package here for Triple H going into the Hall of Fame. That's one that is like almost guaranteed at this point. So them doing it this year, it's big. It is big. He is the headliner of this year's class, which includes Lex Luger, Triple H, Natural Disasters, and Michelle McCool.
Good lineup.
Michelle McCool?
No, Natural Disasters. Go ahead, Triple H. I'm playing. That
honestly, man, Ruthless Aggression era is a weird time for women's wrestling. That is the start of the development of what we see women's wrestling is today. AJ Lee being one of the ones who actually came in and started really wrestling and not just doing her thing. And Michelle McCool was too. So, not saying she's the greatest wrestler of all time, but a pioneer of that era. And trust me, we're going to have to hear that at least 17 times during her speech as people are calling her on stage. Who's going to induct her?
Taker. What's so funny?
All the times that me and Michelle wrestled in matches against each other at WrestleMania.
No. Just
No.
She's such a role model for him and how he progressed in his wrestling career. What's so funny? Okay.
All right. I know. Okay, fine. Okay. I shouldn't be laughing. Anyways, we get a quick little chat here in the Usos Playhouse. Usos Playhouse is a new segment on WWE Raw each week, folks, going forward. No, not really. They're just sitting on the steps together, having a quick brotherly chat. And, Jimmy is noticing. He's like, what's going on with you, Jay? You messing up there, brah? You slipped, brah. Why you slipping, brah? I'll tell you why, brah. You got to get confidence. We want to see that main event, Jey Uso, back so you can beat Gunther. And that's what's going to happen. Anyways, Jimmy's going to challenge Gunther next week. Take a little heat off of Jimmy for a little while. At least Jimmy doesn't have to get choked out for 1 week.
100%.
Just for 1 week, right, Randy? That'd be nice.
We'll see. It's not next week yet. We will definitely see.
It is. Anyways, Adam Pearce is here in the ring, folks, and he is going to remind the world that Rhea Ripley may have signed that contract, but that signature is not legal. We discussed this last week, folks. This is not how legal contracts work whatsoever. So he makes it absolutely clear. Rhea is not in the match. Here comes Io Sky for an amazing delivered promo. Incredible. Anyways, now Io comes out and does like a great promo for being somebody who's English second language, delivers the great promo about how she doesn't care, man. She's a champion. She's a fighting champion. If it's Rhea or it's Bianca, she's going to take one out, both out, whoever it is. Adam Pearce, he understands that, but he just wants to throw in another point. He can't, because you know why? Here comes Bianca Belair and her music. She talks for a second, and then Adam Pearce wants to make another point. And he can't, because Rhea Ripley comes out. Adam Pearce's reaction is hilarious. It's almost like in comedy if somebody stepped on a banana peel. Throws his hands up in the air like, come on, guys. Poor guy can't get a word out edgewise. These girls are ready to beat the beloved heck out of each other. You know what? Adam Pearce has a little bit of a solution to that, because apparently it's not going to be a three-way at WrestleMania, but next week on Raw, Rhea is going to get the rematch that he's been chasing her down for her title against Io Sky. Whoever wins that match will take on Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. And a little bit of a screwy turn to the match here, you could say. Bianca Belair is not only going to be watching ringside, she's going to be in the ring as a referee. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we
we're
know
still
where
getting
this
a
is
three-way.
going. Yeah, it's 100%. Bianca's going to let Io win and blah, 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 this and that, and then Rhea has the thing, and then WrestleMania. We know what's
It's
going
true.
on. Just tell us.
Yeah. Adam Pearce is going to run and be like, enough.
Yep.
I need to take my heart pill medication.
He has no control.
He has no control, and we know it, but he's there, and he tells us every single day. If you don't follow Adam Pearce on social media, I'm not suggesting that you do, but just go look at his page and tell me every single time that he makes a post that says, love somebody today, and it's in black and white, I fear that the person's dead every single time. This is just what I do. Like on social media, I'm like, oh, what happened? I have to Google it quickly, and it's just Adam Pearce being a jerk.
100%.
I don't
Speak
like
about
that.
jerks. No, he's not a jerk. This next thing is not a jerk.
He's not a jerk at all whatsoever. Dominic is not a jerk at all, man. We love Dominic. And you know what he wants? He wants Penta to join the Judgment Day. Penta says he will think about it. I don't know if he will. We get this video on the rarest member of the roster here in WWE Raw, and that is the War Raiders. So yes, like we said at the start of the show, they still exist. And when this video was shown, I was like, whoa, I can't believe they still exist. Okay. Moving forward. Next segment, still backstage, Mr. Adam Pearce can't get a break because here comes the New Day. And for no reason whatsoever, they want a shot at the tag team title at WrestleMania. Randy, before I even go forward with this has like 6-way tag team tornado ladder match written all over it, bud, for WrestleMania.
100%. I definitely think this is going to be a ladder match with the Raiders, with New Day, who's going to be the third team. American made? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Maybe four teams.
Maybe. But this will definitely be, at least we're going to see the tag team titles at WrestleMania. And definitely this could be the ladder match. So we'll see.
It could be. Just like Dragon Lee could be fighting against Chad Gable, but we have no idea if that's true or not, folks. Anyways, Dragon Lee is here. He's ready for his match. And it's more or less a blind match because, like Randy said, it's impossible to find video of this guy, El Grande Americano, on the net wrestling, even though, like he said, he's seen him wrestle in many street corners and various intersections, wherever it might be in the Gulf of America. But yes, anyways, here comes El Grande Americano. I almost said something else, but we don't know if it's true yet. In gear, which is very much like Chad Gable's. Looking very
Really?
much like Chad Gable himself.
Oh, I didn't see it.
But the tassels. There's tassels. So you know what? Kind of like when Superman throws on that suit and takes the glasses off. That can't be Clark Kent.
No.
So,
100%.
can't be Chad Gable.
100%.
He can't be Chad Gable. But you know what, guys? I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to say this fully happily saying this. This is probably the best match of the night. If not the best match of the... Yeah, this is a fun match. This is great. El Grande Americano looks like he can deliver the same type of quality of wrestling that Chad Gable can. And Dragon Lee, this is probably his best showing on a national television scale. Sorry, an international television scale in his entire time with the company. I'll say that right now. Dragon Lee looks great in this match, and it's because El Grande Americano is such a legend that he can guide him here along in this match to glory, to absolute glory, Randy.
100%.
Match was great. Match was absolutely great.
I was enthralled. I was in awe. I was in shock. Some of the stuff, that corner, when he did that hooker, you know what I'm saying, into the corner. It was just absolutely incredible. The wrestling style. I will say, once you get to the end of the match, I do have one thing to say. But please tell him near the end of the match.
Well, if anything, you must have been watching on the edge of your seat and then watching in complete disgust when you saw the mask of Dragon Lee get ripped off, which led El Grande Americano to put on his famous ankle devastation hold of doom. It's not an ankle lock.
First of all, this match was fantastic up until even pulling the mask off was great. But I don't know. Again, this couldn't be Chad Gable. Like you keep saying, I don't know what you're seeing in this aspect. I don't even know if this was the real. Like, you know, there's Conquistador number 1 and 2. God,
yes.
No, there could be more than one, because this gentleman grabbed the wrong leg first, then grabbed the other leg, and I didn't even see him twist it. Then all of a sudden he gave up, and then the bell rang. This was the worst ankle lock I ever seen. You're supposed to put it on the left ankle. He tried for the right and said, "Oh, I made a mistake. Put it on the left." Boom. Quit. Dragon Lee all upset.
It could be his brother. It could be his brother. So. It could be Brad Gable. It could be Jason Jordan. We're not writing that off yet. We're not writing that off yet, folks. And a lot of things can be made to look different on television. We call it the AI. Magic of television, AI, especially. We might not have even seen what they saw in the arena. We might just see what they want us to believe. But anyways, this storyline is fun, which is something that you need when you're watching a 3-hour show, 2.5 hour long show, whatever it is. Not everything needs to be absolutely serious, but Randy is very serious about the storyline.
100%. I love it. It's great. It's fun. It's fun.
It's good.
I want to know this.
An absolutely great debut. I'm going to go on record and saying even the crowd was hot for it. As soon as that music started, as soon as the video started, the crowd was hot and hyped for it. They wanted to see El Grande Americano get his ass down to the ring and do what he did. And you know what?
But it's the return. It's the return. It's not the debut. We never mind. But go ahead.
WWE debut of El Grande Americano. Okay, all right, but the great return to wrestling, return to wrestling. Anyways, he won the match. He won the match. Great.
Shitty return. Ankle lock, great match. Shitty ankle lock, great match.
Worst ankle lock ever, and that's why it's not Chad Gable.
That's right, 100%.
Anyways, we look at Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM freaking Punk on SmackDown. You can hear the SmackDaddies talk about that more if you want to hear a little bit more about that. But we got a 3-way match between these 3 gentlemen. And guess what? Punk is here for a chat. And no matter where Punky goes, whatever company he works for, he still works with children. And you know who's one of the biggest children? Seth freaking Rollins. He screwed Punk at the Elimination Chamber. All right, that's cool. Whatever it is. Anyways, Punk is here. He's got a pompadour as well, which is kind of interesting for me. The pompadour stuff is getting more and more pumped every single week. Somebody is back there with rollers, rolling that thing up. Randy, after starting with such a promo heavy front here with, the promo here between John Cena and Cody Rhodes kind of having more significance than this one. Did CM Punk really need to have this segment?
I don't believe so. Even during the segment, it's like he didn't want to be there, to be honest with you. He complained about how jet-lagged he was and how tired he was as well. But people want to see the Punk. They want to sing the song, right? So I guess he has to be there. But, yeah, there's no reason for him to be there unless all three of them are there. So I don't know.
I don't see the progression at all. I just think that it's like, well, he has to be there until we make it to London. So we're going to keep him here and throw him out anyways. People want to sing the song. We got time for Punk. We got time for Punk. And listen, when we're talking about places in Europe that are getting like their first show ever, potentially, like Brussels, Belgium, that kid being at his first wrestling show of all time, maybe the first and ever wrestling show he's ever been at, let alone WWE. Mm-hmm. And getting called toxic by his hero.
Yeah.
The best thing ever.
He ruined wrestling for him. Ruined
it. He ruined it for him, but at the expense of that.
It's ruined.
It's ruined. It's absolutely ruined. But yeah, at the expense of that child and at the joy of us. Anyways, yeah. See, the reason why I'm still talking about the promo from Cena in comparison to the promo with Punk is because the promo with Cena actually progressed his storyline. This promo with Punk was just kind of like, I'm going to beat up these kids. I brought you in so I can take you out of this world, and that's it.
Heyman owes me a favor.
Heyman still owes me a favor. That's about it. All right. Logan Paul is on the gram, folks, and he sends in a video saying he is now going to call out AJ Styles and his soccer mom haircut next week. All right. Let's just get to Mania with those two already.
Actually, I want to see that, and I'm a little excited. I found out something, too, listening to a whole bunch of different pods, and we didn't see this gentleman this week. Karrion Kross. Okay? I want to just bring something up because of this AJ Styles thing. If you notice, we're using our eyes here, because, Eric, you did a really good job earlier with your eyes, but I was thinking about it and hearing about this. If you notice when Karrion Kross talked to AJ Styles last week, Karrion Kross's hair was down. Remember, we discussed that.
Yeah.
When Karrion Kross talked to Seth Rollins that day, his hair was up in a bun. He's mimicking. He's just joeing these people like we said before. And I got validation. Look at the old Karrion Kross. But back into AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Why doesn't Logan have to come across? They could have put Logan there and let CM Punk at home. You know what I mean? Or whatever. But I guess people got to sing the song. But I am looking forward to Logan Paul versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania. It is something that we should see.
Yeah. Look, AJ Styles is no slouch, and Logan can definitely give us those viral moments in and out of the ring, as he has done his whole life. No, that was weird. But no, as far as the match goes, it's a good match. It's more fun than potentially Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley at WrestleMania for the IC title.
Maybe.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
But you know what else we're going to see, Randy?
Our main event?
Our main event. Mr. Penta has made his way to the main event so soon in WWE. Rushed all the way here to the Stratosphere to take on Braun Breaker. Whoa, 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 whoa. Raw Dog likes himself some Braun Breaker because we are both dogs, folks. We are both dogs. You know what dogs do? They defend their yard. And that's what Braun Breaker is doing here, folks. He's defending against Penta.
My dog humps my leg, but okay. They defend the yard. Go ahead. Penta. Another masked man. A lot of masked men in WWE right now.
Lots of masked men. And if you remember, there was actually a time where Braun Breaker came out with a wolf mask, wolf head to the ring for a mask. So we have a lot of masks going on. There's a lot of masks going on. That's what it is. But anyways, yes, Braun Breaker's defending his title, his beloved Intercontinental title, and he's going to hit Mr. Penta with a very stiff clothesline. Two stiff workers here. Penta is no slouch when it comes to getting smashed around, getting tossed onto the apron, diving through the air, doing what he needs to do here, potentially get a win. But you know who's going to sneak their way out to ringside to watch the match? It's the Judgment Day.
Oh,
Who'd you say?
Paul Roma.
Oh, yes, he's there too.
So, yeah.
He's
no,
there
the Judgment
too.
Day.
Just like Drake was not acknowledged at Elimination Chamber, they could not acknowledge Paul Roma at ringside. It would have just caused too much of a riot. It would have taken away from the match.
100%.
Everybody, the commotion would have been there. The commotion would have been there, not in ring. We needed to be in ring. So going back to the commotion in the ring itself, we've come very accustomed almost here to see Penta every week. See him do what he needs to do, like super kicks, diving knees, Mexican destroyers, all of that fun stuff. We're also going to see Mr. Braun Breaker do all of his fun stuff as well, like run very fast, rope to rope to rope, do what he needs to do. Throwing some gorilla press action there, throwing some gutbuster action into there, and even a super Frankensteiner. However, once we saw Judgment Day make their way out to the ring, we knew something was up. And unfortunately, this match ends in a very anticlimactic fashion when the Judgment Day just runs in for a DQ finish, beatdown. Just about over 10 minutes, right? So not really a long main event here. A lot of matches tonight, actually. Lots of wrestling when I think about it. When I was watching the show, I was like, oh, definitely a longer show than last week. Definitely a longer show than last week. What do you think this ending is designed for here, Randy?
Don't know. I'm hoping it's not. Again, it should be Penta Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. We're talking about three ways. Eric B, I know you're throwing that question out to me. Finn Balor coming in as well. And Eric B, everybody, is a fan of three ways. And I think he's alluding to Finn Balor versus Braun Breaker versus Penta at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think so too, because the beatdown happens afterwards, and that's because Dom wants Penta to join the Judgment Day. He wants him to use the chair on Breaker. He will not do it, replies with a super kick, and that means the Judgment Day, including Carlito and his Apple and his comedy. Carlito has been hilarious the last couple of weeks. I'm just going to throw that out there as well to do the beat of the down. Yeah, I think that WWE really wants to get Finn on that card, that WrestleMania card, one way or another.
100%. Maybe
You could work in Dominic there, but at this point, Finn has been like the de facto guy. I think, if anything, not to point out like the obvious of it being Finn in this three-way, if we do go in that direction, I can see Finn being very close to getting that win and Dominic coming out and screwing him. And then that's Finn out of the Judgment Day.
100%.
The return of the demon? No, I don't know about that.
Doubt that. Not yet. He's not retired yet. That's coming back when he retires.
Oh, yes. That'd be cool. Anyways, Randy, that was Monday Night Raw from Glasgow and Scotland. No Drew McIntyre. What the hell?
Exactly.
Like, serious, no Drew McIntyre. I was surprised as I could possibly be about that. But Randy, what did you think about Monday Night Raw from Glasgow?
What did I think, Eric B? What did I think of this week's episode, March 24th, 2025 from Glasgow? Well, welcome to week. In This Corner.
Randy.
Make love to me, Randy.
Randy, that's enough. Mr. Randy.
Randy.
Welcome to In This Corner with Zane.
Randy.
Eric B, I didn't like this episode. Other than Mr. El Grande champion, Americano, the legend, and the John Cena promo, I guess. That was great. The Braun Breaker, we knew what was going to happen. Nothing against Penta, and it should be a main event, but let's not have any interference or anything because we know what's going to happen in a main event. I don't like that. I don't like predictability in main events. But what is unpredictable is, again, the El Champion of Mexico, El Grande Americano. It could be Braun Breaker doing double duty. You never know. It could be. But, yeah, I give this episode our lowest ranking ever. I give it 2 bananas there. Only 2 bananas. If you want to go see anything, watch. You got Dragon Lee versus Mr. Americano and the John Cena promo. But other than that, you didn't miss much. That was in this corner.
Watch it for Senor Americano, folks. No, but yeah, Randy, gotta agree with you, bud. Anyways, I had a good time doing this show with you, as I always do, buddy. Where could people go ahead and message you, ask questions, send gifts if they choose, like, or even just send gifts like GIFs? Where can they do that?
You can like, comment, and subscribe below on the Drawstraw YouTube page. That's youtube.com/@DrawstrawRaw. Guess what, Eric B? We're close to 3,100 subscribers. We are going to reach that 5,000 by the summertime, like I said. And when we do, the handshaking team's going to give out a great prize. Right, Eric B? A great prize. Maybe, we'll figure it out. But, yeah, go follow us on there. Like, comment, subscribe. We had a lot of comments last week, so thank you very much for that. We're going to go actually back into listener mail starting next week, I think, because I have some stuff collected up in my mailbox here. But also go follow us, Huge Pop Radio, The Hub on Spotify, Podbean, any of the podcasting platforms. Like, subscribe, and comment there as well. Big news coming up. The return of Sunday night's main event. That's all I'm going to say right now. But it will be returning at the end of May. So, yeah, go follow our Instagram at Huge Pop Radio, The Hub. Or you can follow me on the what do you call it? The TikTokers at Drawstraw Zane. I know you don't have it. What about you, Eric? Where can they message you? Where can they send you sandwiches? Where can they send... You like pickles. You like large, sour pickles. The more sour, the better. And you like provolone cheese. Where can they send it to?
I actually found out that there is such a thing as pickle moonshine that has full pickle spears in it. So you guys find that and you want to send that to me, I don't know, send me a message on Facebook. I'll give you an address. It won't be my home personal address because things have happened that are scary before when I give out that address. I've gotten a little bit more than ham sandwiches. A little bit more than ham sandwiches. But folks, thank you so much for joining me and Randy C. We love having you here. Until the next time, take care of yourselves and each other and continue to live your lives impactfully.
And Reese, remember, live, laugh, and love wrestling. But not Sean Burkett.
Deuces! Deuces!
I'm Chiquita Banana, and I've come to say bananas have to ripen in a certain way, and when they're flecked with brown and have a golden hue, bananas taste the best and are the best for you. You can put them in a salad. No, not yet, my dear. That greenish way you're looking means that you are ripe for cooking.
How about me?
No, no. When you are fully ripe, my dear, those little flecks of brown appear.
Me?
You're most digestible, my friend. Delicious, too, from end to end. You can put them in a pie, any way you want to eat them. It's impossible to beat them. But bananas like the climate of the very, very tropical equator. So you should never put bananas in the refrigerator. Bananas are a solid food that doctors now include in baby's diet. And since they are so good for baby, I think we all should try it. Oh! See.